Welcome to the Lighthouse Theater. Excited to be here for this one. I'm Todd Grisham. Alongside me, Johnny Nelson.
Todd, always a pleasure to work with you. Always a pleasure.
And now it's time for the tale of the tape. Riddick Bowe, 6'5", 240 pounds with a reach of 81 inches. He'll be going up against this man. It's the Brown Bomber Joe Louis. He's Riddick Big Daddy Bowe, the 1988 Olympic silver medalist, a two-time heavyweight champion, and one of the best. Joe Louis, the Brown Bomber. His fight against Max Schmeling, one of the most important fights in the history of this fine sport.
This is going to be an intense stare-off before the fight starts.
So now let's go into the ring for the official introductions. Here's the classy Jimmy Lennon Jr.
This bout is scheduled for 12 rounds of boxing. Fighting out of the red corner.
All the talking has been done. It's time to start doing the walking.
People are arguing about this in the street, in the pubs, in the bars, and this is why it gets giddy, it gets exciting. The anticipation, second to none.
Good luck.
You can't imagine how bad these fighters want to get their hands on each other. And he just missed with that left jab. Both men step back for just a moment. This fighter told us yesterday, if he doesn't win by knockout, he doesn't consider it a real victory. That's the mentality he has.
Sluggers will hit anything and everything. Your head, your ear, your elbow, your rib, your belly button. They are an absolute terror.
His jab just got blocked. Some nice exchanges from both men in this round. Hit him with a left jab. Counter fighter relies a lot on their instincts and reaction time. You've got to get in there quick to punch your opponent before he gets his fist back to block.
You're fighting a counter puncher, you've got to dummy a shot. Make them react from that, then react then. I know it's hard to think that way, but counter punchers, they're watching your every move, every trick.
Neither man really defending themselves. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Punch, counter punch. And a round that seemed like eternity for them finally comes to a close.
Every second, every minute of this fight is important. Every second,
There's the bell for round two. Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you. And that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Counter punching. He misses with that jab. Great counter right hand there. Both of these men showing exceptional chins, by the way. Nice counter. Catch and shoot with the left counter. Good job. We're not going to see as much footwork as the smaller weight classes in the heavyweight division, but we don't care. We want the heavy fists.
couple of big units here, so I'm expecting power. You're going to have excitement. You're going to have drama, because when these guys slow down, that's when the punches are going to land.
Nice exchanges from both men in this round.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
He just misses with that jab. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Not a lot of punch output. Thought this round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Seemed like an eternity for them finally comes to a close.
The bell, sometimes it can be the sweetest sound.
There's the bell for round 3. Let's see how they bounce back here in this round.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
This is certainly an aggressive fighter, but that doesn't always mean success. How many times have you seen a fighter chase a superior athlete around the ring and just get picked apart even though they were the one pushing the tempo?
I've seen some aggressive fighters. They can terrorize the life out of you before they've even thrown a shot. The strength they have, the speed they have, and that knockout punch, they want to punch through you. They don't want to punch you. They want to punch straight through you. So you've got to be careful.
Exchange here from both men. These two are the perfect dance partner.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Is obviously the great equalizer in boxing, but when you know your opponent is relying on that so heavily, how do you deal with it?
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. What we saw in that last round, it's pretty obvious who has the advantage here.
You can't leave it up to the judges. It's up to you as a fighter, and the cornerman's got to put a fight.
Here we go to the 4th round. Well, there's no doubt about who won that last round. Let's see what he has for us here in the next one. You can tell he's stronger, but he's not faster. Coming back to life now, starting to land some punches. One of the best attributes to have in boxing has nothing to do with boxing. It's how well you can take a punch to the face.
Because you've got a good chin doesn't mean you've got leather skin. It means you can still get caught. So you've got to go for those point areas over the eyebrow, the cheekbone. You've just got to try and cut them, skim them, go for speed.
Nice job landing that left counter punch. Big shots from both these fighters. Got to be careful, though.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Beautiful counter punch. Both want a highlight reel knockout. He just just misses with that big right hand. Nice job landing with that right hand counter. Oh, and they just got their bell rung. Good counter left hand there. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. What would you tell this guy? He's got to do something different.
You know, I've been in fights like that. When you're thinking, come on, Bowe, ring away. You walk back to the corner like you've just seen the sun.
Things are starting to heat up now as we enter the fifth. Well, they got battered last round. How do they turn their fortunes around? Good counter right hand again. Endurance is becoming a factor. You can see this fighter having a hard time getting out of the way of the punches, and they're not throwing as many on their own.
Now this is about desire. This is about character. This is about want.
I don't think it's going to be a boxing match. This is going to be a fight. Blocks the hook. Can they figure out the combinations to this safe? He parries away that left hook. How much confidence do you build when your opponents hit you with their best shots and you walk right through?
I've seen some fighters with a granite chin. You could hit them with a sledgehammer, they are not going to move. But then I've seen some mad punchers with a chin like a cliff. As soon as you touch them, they're gone. And this is the danger spot.
Defense is not an option for these two. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. There's a counter shot. Good counter punching from both these fighters. Pretty dominant round there. Let's see how they respond here in the next round.
As long as they don't get complacent, you think this is too easy. If they keep this same kind of pace up, they've got this fight.
Unfortunately, there's the bell for round 6. Coming off that fantastic last round. Let's see if he can keep his momentum going. Neither one of them want this to go to the judges' scorecards. Punch. Lands with the right counter. Energy and endurance are not an issue for this fighter who continues to be aggressive as the rounds wear on.
I've seen some aggressive fighters like this, and they are a nightmare. If you are not fit, that is the worst place to be, having second thoughts in the ring.
Nice exchanges from both men in this round. And he fails to score with that left hook.
Very close match. It shows the skill, the discipline, the respect both fighters have for each other, because no one dare do anything out of turn.
Both men step back for just a moment. Missed him with that uppercut. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. You know that bell was sweet music to his ears.
Needs a knockout without a doubt. Needs to go out there and think, right, you know what, next round, you're getting it. You're going to get it. Kitchen sink.
And there's the bell for round 7. Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him. Tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Talk about punches and bunches. That's the mantra for this fighter with that exceptional hand speed.
Having so much speed, what happens to your opponent is you get cut to ribbons, and that's where the referee has to jump in and stop the fight. And you know this is going to happen, so you rush your work. You think, I've got to get him inside close rounds.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Nice exchanges from both men in this round. You can tell he's stronger, but he's not faster.
Totally impressed. You know what? You got skill. You got... Oh, my goodness. I admire these guys.
Good counter-punching for both these athletes. Nice counter shot. And Bowe is dazed. Seems like he's beginning to recover a little bit. Disaster averted, it seems. We continue on. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Perfect counter lands. That was almost a 10-8 round. Complete dominance.
I seriously hope the judges kept their eye on this fight, because if they haven't, there's going to be...
Round 8, and we're off again. Well, there's no doubt about who won that last round. Let's see what he has for us here in the next one. Endurance is becoming a factor. You can see this fighter having a hard time getting out of the way of the punches, and they're not throwing as many on their own.
Midway through the fight, if you are tired, this can be the loneliest place in the world. If you cheated, now we're going to find out.
Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Neither fighter willing to sit down on these punches. They're arm punches. They're scoring, but they're not going to hurt anybody. Can they figure out the combination to this safe? This is certainly an aggressive fighter, but that doesn't always mean success. How many times have you seen a fighter chase a superior athlete around the ring and just get picked apart, even though they were the one pushing the tempo?
Sometimes when you have a fight, the best way to beat a fight is not to give them what they want. Because they want to get you there. They want you to stand there toe-to-toe with them and have a tear. That's what they do in the gym every single day of the week. What you've got to do is you've got to frustrate them as they set their shots. Get out of the way. And they'll get so angry, so frustrated because they can't work. how do you deal with an aggressive fight? What you do is you fight fire with fire. You either give it and back because that's where they're comfortable, or you play calm, play cool.
This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Well, we're entering desperation mode here. Gonna need a knockout.
Every second, every minute of this fight is important. Every second, every minute of this round.
Let's see how much fatigue we see here in round 9. So not the best round, but let's see if they can turn it around here. Nice job by him to block that jab. And he misses with that jab. Both of these men showing exceptional chins, by the way. And a counter left. There's no doubt that this fighter's power can change the fight around in an instant. You can't afford to make one single minor mistake.
That power might be the do or die. That power might be the equalizer.
Left counter scores. Through the hook, didn't land. Nice counter shot. Neither man really defending themselves. Counter shot lands. This fighter's sort of the death by 1,000 paper cuts approach. He'll hit you 1,000 times before you can land one.
Let me explain to you about a fast fighter that's got hand speed and footwork. They're relaxed. They're confident. They know they just have to quick burst, boom. In a split second, they've let 4 shots go. Their footwork has got them out of the way.
Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. No secret who has the advantage after that last round. Let's see what they have in store for us in the next one. And there's the bell for round 10. Coming off that fantastic last round. Let's see if he can keep his momentum going. That left counter was perfectly timed. They exchange punches. You'd like to see more jabs. Nice punch. This fighter's certainly not going to outthrow their opponent by any means, but they will, when they hit, be a lot harder.
You've got to be courageous when you get in there with someone that's bigger, stronger, and faster. You've just got to use brain there.
Figure out the combination to this safe. Which one of these athletes is going to be the first to get rocked?
After this round, if they get through this round, they're going to be absolutely shattered. And it's whoever is the fittest. If they keep up this momentum, if they keep throwing the shots like this, someone's getting knocked out.
Beautiful counter shots. Punches, they should be playing defense right now. Back and forth they go. Counter right. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. This is the time that the trainer needs to come in and say something special. This fighter needs to turn the tables in this next. Here we go in the championship rounds, round 11. After that last round, something has got to change. Good counter that lands. How nervous would you get when you know you're facing a big puncher like this guy that can seriously hurt you?
It's the one who draws first blood, Tom. That's what you've got to look at. If you hit and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
Good counter punch. And this with that jab. Offensive display, landing that left counter. When are we going to see a jab from these two? Big shots from both these fighters. Got to be careful, though. This fighter has tested their opponent's power and apparently isn't impressed as they continue to walk through all these power shots.
Todd, you know what? Sometimes when I'm going in the ring with fights like that and you punch them, you just want to run. You want that spaceship to come and lift you out of there because you think, what the hell am I going to do now? Don't get trigger happy because all of a sudden you're going to be gassing yourself out trying to get that shot, and that's when they catch you.
Nice counter punch. When are we going to see a jab from these two? This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. I promise you, all three judges here are going to give that round to you-know-who.
Dominance, without a doubt, make it look so easy.
And there's the bell to start round 12. Well, there's no doubt about who won that last round. Let's see what he has for us here in the next one. They both want the knockout. Both men step back for just a moment. Stamina is so important for these two fighters because it allows them to use their skills throughout the match. It can all come down to who's in better shape.
Now you've got two fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through? Willpower. Calm, because if you panic, you get desperate. If you get desperate, you make mistakes. If you make mistakes, you get knocked out.
Nice exchanges from both men in this round. He gets out of the way of that left hand. That punch lands. This fighter is not interested in throwing one shot at a time. They throw combinations and they throw them non-stop.
What you've got to do, Tony, is anticipation. You've got to wait. You just got to throw caution to the wind and just hope. You're never going to know where the shots are coming from. You just got to put in the guess.
This fighter's sort of this round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Pretty lopsided decision there, a unanimous one.
They've done it before, now they're doing it again, and look what's happened. A unanimous decision. What a way, what tactics, what a game plan. What a result.